story time! Hi, kiddos! It's Pastrix Carmen, and I am so glad that you're here today. Indy and Stu are in the treehouse, and in just a few minutes here, they're going to join us. And they had a special request last week. Do you remember what kind of book they asked me to read? You do? Oh, some of you don't. Some of you are going to get a big surprise. All right, well, let's bring in Indy and Stu and find out what kind of book we're going to read this week. Hi, Indy. Hi, Stu. Welcome. We are so glad you're here. Now, last week, you asked me to read a book about women's history. Do you remember why you asked me to read a book with stories about women?
Our teachers were talking about it in school, and it made us curious.
Oh, and curious about what?
Why do we have to talk about women's history for a whole month?
For a whole month? Well, we don't have to talk about it, but it is important.
Why?
Well, think about it this way. What do you want to be when you grow up, Stu?
I want to be a chef.
Okay, and what about you, Indy?
I want to be a jungle explorer.
Ooh, a jungle explorer sounds fun. Those both sound like great careers. And I bet you've heard me and other people tell you that you can be anything you want to be when you grow up, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, it wasn't always like that.
What do you mean?
Really?
Really. So, let's read today's book together. It's called Happy to Be Girls by Sarah Davies and illustrated by Jenny Mattheson. And then we can talk about it some more when I'm done. Is that okay with you?
Sounds good to me, Pastrix.
Me too.
Awesome. Here we go. Says, bright girls, fun girls, soaking in the sun girls. I love it when books rhyme. Singing, swinging, barefoot in the springtime. Big girls, strong girls, playing all day long girls. Riding, gliding, buried treasure hiding. Great girls, brave girls. Look how brave they are to climb on top of that mountain. Often misbehave girls. Do any of you get in trouble for misbehaving? I get in trouble sometimes. Fighting, frighting, stay up half the nighting. I stay up half the night too. Wild girls, free girls, happy as can be girls. I'm a wild girl and a free girl too. Sailing, bailing, sliding down the railing. I've done that before. Bold girls, smart girls. I'm both of those. Icky, sticky art girls. Yeah, that's me too. Inking, plinking, sit around and thinking. I don't know what inking and plinking are, but I'm definitely a sitting around and thinking person. Loud girls, proud girls, stand out in a crowd girls, being just themselves. Some of those things might describe me too. Just girls. The end. Happy to be girls. Now, usually the two of you disappear into the treehouse to talk about the book. But today, I thought it would be a good day for all of us to talk together. Is that okay if I join you in the treehouse?
Yep. Works for me.
Thank you so much.
Hi everybody, my name is Indy and my pronouns are they, them.
My name is Stu, and my pronouns are he, him.
And you're hanging out in
Indy's treehouse,
where everyone is welcome
and everyone belongs.
So, did the two of you notice how in the book it said girls can do anything? And it showed girls doing all kinds of different things. They can be artists or astronauts. They can be princesses or pirates.
They were doing all kinds of fun things in the book. I'd have fun doing any of those things too.
Me too.
That's right. We are lucky today because it doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl or non-binary. Your gender does not decide who you are or what you can do. You should ask your mom or maybe your grandma if they've ever been told that they can't do something because they are a woman, especially when they were little girls. People used to think only men could be doctors and women were nurses. Girls were told they couldn't be police officers or firefighters because those were jobs for boys. Well, and back then, nobody even knew what non-binary was. For a long time, women were not allowed to vote. They couldn't go to college. They couldn't have their own bank account. They had to have a man on the bank account with them. They couldn't even buy a house.
I didn't know any of that.
I'm sure I'm glad we live today and not back then.
Me too. But not all women are treated equally all over the world either. For example, in some places, I wouldn't be allowed to be a preacher.
No way.
Yes way. That's why it's important to study and remember history so we don't forget the mistakes of the past.
The more we know, the better we do.
Exactly. So, did you like today's book?
I did. I liked seeing all the fun things all the girls were doing, and I'd like to go play with them.
Me too.
That's awesome. One of the great things about Jesus is that he always treated women with respect and with fairness. He gave them power and authority like people at the time were not used to. He had a lot of women followers, and it's no wonder why. Sometimes we call Jesus the great equalizer, and one of those reasons is because he treats everyone of all genders the same, and we should try to do the same.
Thanks, Pastrix. I sure did learn a lot today.
Do you know what book we're going to read next week, Pastrix?
Next week, I'm going to tell you a story about some women who changed the world.
I can't wait.
Me either.
Until next time.
Will you pray with me? God, make my life a light within the world to glow, a flame that burns bright and pure wherever I may go. Take my life and let it be a sign of your love never ending. Amen. Would you like to ask me, or Indy, or Pastrix a question? Ask us your questions in the comments.
Do you have a book you want Pastrix to read? Send us a message or leave your comment below. We always like finding new books to read.
If you like story time or like Shalom and Friends, please like, comment, and share our videos with your friends. You can also like our Facebook page or subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss an episode. New episodes premiere on Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you would like to support the ministry of Shalom and Friends, You can make a secure donation through our website, robertsparkumc.org, or scan the QR code on the screen.
See you later, alligator!